So this year, I hope the competition is like super tight. I hope that the judges have to like really decide if it was you that wins this. You know, if you do, because assuming you do the exact same thing as last year, you know, you don't stuff it into the wall, it doesn't, you know, let the ghost out, as they say. I hope that it's like tight enough where everybody's like, oh, did he win type of thing. And I think you hope that too. Obviously, everybody hopes they unanimously win, but like also for someone that loves the sport, in a way, that's not good.
Yeah, it's not, but when it's deserved, it's deserved.
Of course.
So I look, like I can tell look at someone's car and look at it pretty much and go, that'll be all right. Or he needs to change some things. On my personal opinion of stuff. But the way they're moving and the guys that have been messaging and helping out on the off season, you know, with tips and tricks, and it's like, this is going to help these dudes get to another level. But I still think, apart from maybe Garrett's car and Killer B, James's, the one James drives, the Adam Kelly, he's got some pretty good stuff. They're sort of the pinnacle now for the American guys. And if I make a mistake, those guys are right there. I'll watch another good thing about the way that they operate here is they release the points. So my pro burnout points from memory were pretty high. And second place was a good like 100 points behind. So that's a fair gap, but it's not unwarranted. You know, I sort of felt like...
So what were the points? How did they do the points numbers?
Well, they have judging criteria. So
what was like the max points you could get?
I couldn't figure that out. I just knew I had 300 and something.
That's where, because you said 300
like,
and I'm like, how are they judging this? What,
yeah,
it was like 1,000 points?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it might have been, because it was over 300, there might have been out of, but there is a way, you can probably work it out and go through all the scores. It probably tells you what it's out of. Maybe it was out of 350, 330, I don't know. But it was pretty well, and I felt like the points compared to my rivals run where I made a mistake, they were lower. So they'd picked up on that, which excites me because the guys that were judging, they knew exactly what they're doing. And they're probably, you know, trying to get up to speed with how they judge burnouts as well. But that gave me confidence saying, hey, they saw me do that and they picked up on it, which is great because they're paying attention and it reflected in the points. So that actually excited me, yeah.
Well, my buddy Mike Massey was judging last year, and he does a lot of drifting. So it seemed like a good fit to have somebody that drifts come in because they can pick up on like a bobble or like something that wasn't purposely done pretty quickly. Like, you know, a drag racer isn't going to really pick up on that. Like spinning the tires is wrong. So it's like...
Yeah, I saw a comment, a couple of people actually, because when I did the tip in, it overshot, and I felt the car like... I go, geez, that wall will be close. And I hit the brakes and I felt the car just continue to slide. And it sort of stopped at the wall and Garrett was right there like cheering and people were like, oh, he's just stopped in front of Garrett and looked him in the eyes. He's so cold. Like, I was like, that definitely wasn't on purpose, you know? And it was cool that like, but yeah, I was like, well, that's a mistake. So they definitely caught it and I'm glad they did.
Yeah, because you have to catch those kind of things or else the
they're just days and they go, this Australian's here and he's just done noise and smoke and burnouts and give him all the points. Like, that's not the case. So that's, Yeah,
because it's easy to just be like, oh, it was loud.
Yeah.
It was loud and smoky. And we even talked about how, you know, trying to give some of these guys advice when there's this balance of like, I want it to be a show for the fans or you want it to be a show for the judges.
Yeah.
Because you play to the judges. The fans, that reaction's cool, but that doesn't give you a trophy.
That's right. That's the fine line. So
the fans could hate you and you could still win every deal. That's kind of the weird side of it.
So George, what's his nickname? LS? Is it LS George?
LS George.
LS George, right? He had twin turbos. Everything I said's bad about a burnout car. Dude was like driving around in the sun. He had a mini version of sun in his engine bay and it was blowing flames and that was cool. And
everything melted.
Everything melted and it was like just so many bad things happened. But it looked cool and it went all right. And the fans love it. They love fire. They love carnage. And this is the thing about Burnouts is people love to see carnage. It doesn't matter what sport you're in.
Yeah.
As drivers and car owners, we don't want carnage. We don't want to, if you're drag racing, you don't want the chutes to fail and you go for a free trip through the paddock. But fans are like, oh, it's exciting. I don't know. That's just how they look at it. So for them, they're like, oh, George's, that's crazy. But when it comes back to how the sport's judged, it's not really going to be great for you, certain things you do. So you have to make a decision whether you're the people's champ or the champ. It's hard to cross that over until the Burnout Masters final this year at Summernats.
Now there's going to be a people's champ and a champ?
No, there's going to be the people's champ one.
Oh.
The people's champ, Lynchy.
Oh, okay. So
And
I thought there was going to be two, because that almost would make sense too, is a crowd winner and then a judged winner, two different people.
Yeah, that'd be cool, yeah.
Could be kind of an interesting
Well, they
deal.
do give out trophies for that crowd favourite.
Okay.
So I've won a bunch.
At Summernats and other events in Australia?
Not that one, like Power Cruise.
Okay.
So Power Cruise, I've won a couple of crowd favourites and, just other events. Normally, different events do different kinds of trophies. So you got Lord of the Revs. You got Best Tip In. The Burnout Masters final. They normally it's just winner, second, third. That's it.
Yeah.
So
and like you said, the man himself, the people's champ, So
Lynchy,
did
normally he was
pull it through.
He was a party guy. Went out there a million miles an hour, limit abashed. Just did it for the love of
Two
doing
wheels.
Burnout. Yeah, just whatever went.
I mean, I feel like I've seen that car up on two wheels.
Man.
I've seen some Burnout cars come around so fast that they do end up on the two wheels for a quick second.
There's got that Mini. It's called Tub Shop because it's so small. It just, it's crazy footage of some of those cars going too. My car lifts a wheel every now and again, so it's not fun. You don't want that.
Three-wheeling.
Three-wheeling, yeah. I have seen it lift two, but it wasn't at the same time. It was one and then sort of, yeah. But
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see Lynchy win. I know he's won quite a few, but
it was the best thing for the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and not only did he win it because he was the people's champ, he changed his driving style. So last time I was on your show, and I got tagged in this a lot of times, and people made memes of it, is I said you'd be struggling to win Summernats with a naturally aspirated LS. Even Lynchy made a video and tagged me in it. Next minute, Lynchy wins Summernats, but he is a special breed, and I did say struggling. He had to work for it. And he is honestly one of the best drivers I've ever seen.
Guys, thank you for tuning in to the Bogetti Clips YouTube channel. For the full podcast, check us out on Bogetti Studios YouTube and all your audio platforms. Also, hit that subscribe button to not miss out on any of the new Bogetti clips coming up.